Throw the tissue away and then wash your hands. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects or surfaces, such as remote controls and doorknobs. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. And stay home if you are sick. Call your healthcare provider if you develop fever, cough, or difficulty breathing. For more tips, visit cdc.gov.
Fishbowl Radio Network. FBRN.US. Jump in.
This is Joe Mass. You are listening to the Queen Silvy Show. You are now part of the royalty.
Welcome to the Queen Silvy Show. Tune in at 11, good laugh, good vibe, that's for sure. Get smooth with Tim, get smooth with Tim. They have you running like you popped the pill. Once you hear the show, you ain't gonna want it to end. Get creative with the sounds you can make with your mouth. Reaching all over the world, Queen Silvy in the house. Award-winning show with the #1 spot. Look out. It's the Queen Silvy Show. 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 Look out.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live on the Fishbowl Radio Network from the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, it's the Queen Silvy Show, starring Smooth Tim and the magical, magnificent, magnanimous queen herself, Queen Silvy.
Well, good Tuesday morning, and welcome to another terrific Tuesday on the Queen Silvy Show. This is Smooth Tim, and it is now my absolute pleasure to introduce to you the world's sexiest granny, everyone's favorite comedian, Queen Silvy.
Yes. Yes, it is me. And welcome to the Queen Silvy Show, where we enjoy some laughter, great conversation, and a little craziness from time to time. Oh, yes, we do. It's a lovely day here in Arlington, Texas, as I look out the window and see them birds getting suntan today, Tim. It is hot.
Pretty quickly.
Oh, believe me, if you see some flying by, that is, right? It is a hot, lovely day here in Arlington, Texas. Thank you for tuning into the Queen Silvy Show. Smooth, how are you today?
I'm doing terrific. How are you doing, Queen?
As always, I am supercalifragilistic.
Expialidocious, I suppose, is 24/7, 365.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Queen Silvy, may I say,
I know, right?
you are quite amazing.
I know, thank you.
Yes,
I
you
am amazing. I'd love to say I'm amazing. But what also is amazing, Smooth, is the amazing lineup of guests that we have on the show today, don't we?
On today's show, Queen, we have Grammy-nominated guitarist, songwriter, and leader of the Texas Blues Machine,
In the house.
Mr. Leo Hall.
In the house.
Yes.
That's right.
Do you hear the fans going crazy for him? That's
Yeah,
nice.
I love
All
it. I love
outside,
it.
The whole stadium's filled up waiting. We shouldn't tell everybody that.
No.
This
it's a
entire
secret.
stadium is filled up, probably 150,000 people waiting to hear Leo.
There's a lot of ghost audiences out there right now.
Well, that's exactly what it is. But don't tell them. They can't see this. Also, we have impressionist voice actor and sound and lookalike artist Christopher G.
Yes.
Calling us out of Europe.
Yes.
So we'll
Yes,
be
he
getting a
will.
call from across the sea a little later on in the show.
Yes, yes.
And otherwise, can I shoot out some analytics for last week's show? Queen?
Absolutely.
To those of you listening in the United States, India, Russian Federation, Germany, Mexico, Canada, Japan, France, Pakistan, and the United Kingdom.
Shout out to you. Yes.
Thank you for tuning in, no matter
Yes.
what time of day or tomorrow it might be. We
That's right.
appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Also, do not forget to join the Queen Silvy's Friend Club.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody wants to be your friend, Queen.
I want to be their friend, too.
But best of all, they get a little prize. Once a month, we do a giveaway. So be sure to get on to the Queen Silvy at queensilvycomedy.com.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a link that you can join our Friends Club. So
Come
get on
on
to
now.
queensilvycomedy.com. You can catch up with the old shows. You can listen to some archives. You can see some pictures. We don't have any games up there currently for you to play, but you can join the Friends Club.
Absolutely. Come on down. You're the next contestant on the Queen Silvy Friends Club. That's what's up, Smooth Tim. I want you to note that you can spread the word right now because we have a magnificent lineup of guests going to make your Tuesday terrific for sure. FBRN.US. That's Fishbowl Radio Network. And also spread the word because we are live on Facebook, so you can see my handsome guest that is here on the show today under Sylvie Starks. Spread the word. And if you have a question or a comment or a suggestion that you'd like to give for our guest, Smooth Tim or myself, by all means, bring it. The number is 214-431-5062. Again, we're going live under Facebook Live, and I thank you for joining. Before I get into my great conversation with my good friend Leo Hall, what I'd like to do at this moment is that I like to say some motivational words from the Queen Silvy Show to you. Don't get confused between what people say you are and who you know you are. Life is what you make it. And knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. So do more of what makes you happy, would you? And do not become small for people who refuse to grow. Hey, let's face it. It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. But I know you can do it. That's right. And those are some motivational words from the Queen Silvy Show. Thank you. Oh, Leo, we know that audience is here.
Oh, I'm telling you.
We are fully charged today, doing it on this terrific Tuesday, Fishbowl Radio Network, the Queen Silvy Show. We are live right in the heart of the sports and entertainment district here in Arlington, Texas. Again, the lines are open. You are more than welcome to call in to 1-431-5032 is the number. We are FBRN.US. Spread the word. We are live worldwide as well as live on Facebook under Sylvie Starks. My first guest is here. I'm telling you, he is definitely a favorite of the Queen Silvy Show and a good friend of Smooth and myself, and I want to welcome him back to the Queen Silvy Show. Known worldwide, Grammy-nominated guitarist, vocalist, songwriter. He's the leader of the hardest working band here in Texas, the Texas Blues Machine, from Irving, Texas, right here live in studio. I introduce to you Mr. Leo Hall.
Queen, good morning. How are you this morning?
Leo, I'm going to tell you, I love you. Can I say that, Tim?
That's okay. You can get away with that one.
I can get away with that. Yeah. He is such a good friend, and I appreciate you coming back on the show. Kept faked. I was not going to have it any other way. We've been here at Fishbowl since 2015, and do you know that at least once, if not twice a year, you are on the Queen Silvy Show?
Well, we appreciate that, too.
You must like us.
I do.
Because you come back here again, and I love it. But, you know, some may not know this, so share your musical journey up until March. Don't go past March, because January, you know what happened in March. Yeah, we're going to talk about that, too.
March come to a screech.
Didn't it? Yeah.
Prior to that, busy.
Busy.
Yeah.
How busy?
Shows.
You do like over 200 shows a year.
Kind of cut that back. We're somewhere around 125,
125 is still really good.
Yeah, 250, 225, 250 was running a little tough.
Yeah, you probably never got home.
It was, those were what I want to say is the good old days. We've ratcheted that back to about half of that.
You mean when you had the energy to keep up that kind of pace?
I wasn't going to say that. But listen,
Tim did. But listen, you know, since pretty much March, some say this has been around way before March, which I do agree. But let's go from March when this coronavirus has set in. How are the gigs for you? Are you still performing and doing gigs and things like that?
We had many shows that were canceled and still had shows canceled up through September of this year. The shows that we're doing are outside venues and outside stages, and we do some of those down in East Texas right now.
Oh, so you are doing some right now. So when you go on stage and perform, Leo, are you wearing your mask or not your mask? How is that? And is the audience wearing their mask as well?
It depends on the crowd. If they're throwing things, I'm wearing a mask.
If
right?
they're receptive, I want to know who they are.
Right. Well, I mean, some people is iffy about the mask and some are not. And some get mad if some wear one and if some don't. I mean, do you run into that yet with the club?
Yeah, you do. But, I don't know the answer, and I'm not sure anyone else does either. But, if the governor sets down a rule, we need to do this and we need to do that, I'm not sure that maybe we shouldn't go along with that and at least attempt to slow this thing down a little
Right.
bit.
Right.
I'm not sure that you can, but I think it'll run.
Well, it helps if you strengthen your immune system, put the right things in your body. That is a very important thing
Absolutely.
that you can do, right?
That you can, and if you have a weak immune system, stay away from everybody.
Right. I agree. I totally agree because, they put it on saying that, it's just affecting the elderly. But let's look at it blues. Let's look at the blues industry, for instance.
Sure.
The majority of blues players are either African American or they're senior adults. And those are the two major things that they claim the COVID is affecting.
It appears to be true.
Yeah.
It appears to be true.
So everyone, please be careful out there. And again, our hearts and prayers go out to anyone who is going through this COVID ordeal or has went through this. And for anyone who's lost a loved one in their families, our hearts and prayers go out for them. But, music is the most powerful healing force to me in the universe aside from laughter. And you once said, Leo, and I'm going to quote, "The blues is a daily challenge." Do you remember saying that before?
Most likely.
Trust me, you did.
Yes, it is,
Okay,
for
but
sure.
how are you taking on these challenges every day now, as well as keeping Texas Roadhouse music alive?
Well, I'm doing a lot of new stuff. I'm writing a lot of new songs, creating new music. Hopefully, when we get through this, we'll be able to get back in the studio and bring out some new music. And I'm just taking this downtime as a time to create.
Absolutely,
And
I agree.
after I detail my van with a toothbrush,
Right.
it's got 285,000 miles on it. It looks like a new one. So it took me about 3 weeks to do that, and then after that, I said, I'm going to get back and getting my music.
Hey, it's your life and it's your passion, so this shouldn't stop it.
Nah, just a temporary side road.
And I know that the Texas Blues Machine has great players. You have some that are no longer here, some here. But take a moment and shout out, if you will, some of those that have been with you and those that are currently playing with you. Give me some names.
Yeah, currently I have with me Danny Sanchez, guitar, Todd Kennedy on drums, Dave Stammer on bass, keyboards. I got a couple of guys, Tim Lawless and Sparky Montoya. They switch out depending on who's on the road where. Mm-hmm. And who did I miss?
Me. I be in the background. Didn't even know I was back there. He didn't even know I was back behind the speaker just trying to.
And Mike Johnson on saxophone. And then over the years we've had, Kelly Kincaid. We've had, we've had a ton of folks.
You have some great. You've been
played with us
blessed to
over
have
the
some
years.
great musicians. They play. I remember once coming to a concert and the piano guy was like, his fingers were like mad.
That was Tim.
He was like really mad on them. And then there's a drummer, young boy. I remember him. I don't know. Did he have red hair or not red hair?
I like Danny Sanchez.
Yes,
Danny can play the
he's
guitar.
good. Yes,
Danny can play.
yes, yes.
If it can be played, Danny can play it.
So that's all right. You have a gold mine.
It makes me look good.
So would I be correct in saying that Texas Roadhouse music combines blues, classic rock, and outlaw country kind of all together?
Absolutely.
Nothing more?
Yep. And it, songs can be played so many different ways. We were discussing before the show. Mm-hmm. The Rolling Stones have written some great songs over the year, and I'm just amazed that someone hasn't gone back and used the lyrics in those songs.
Absolutely.
And rewritten the music because, man, those are some of those are great
Well, see, you're
songs.
ahead of the game then.
Pardon me?
You're ahead of the game because you
Yep.
realize that is
Yep.
a very true fact.
And I'm in the process of doing that.
And I want you back on the show when you do.
We will.
This is a new CD that you're making, that you're in the making of.
You know, talking about CDs, I had a call from
Are,
a friend.
are we doing CDs?
Yeah. I had a call from a friend of mine, recorded a live session we did back in, golly, I want to say 2007, 2008.
Mm-hmm.
We did a live session a live show out in Louisville, Texas. And I asked him to come down and bring his recording equipment and record it. And then we got busy, and he got busy, and I got out and on the road, and he was with another band, and they were running. And I got to thinking the other day, during all this pandemic thing, I thought, I wonder what happened to those tapes, because we never did anything with them. And so I called Bill and said, hey, Bill, yeah, well, I remember us doing that. They're in my archives here somewhere.
Like
so
what?
he said, when I find them, I'll call you. About 2 months later, he called me and he said, I found those.
All
What do
right.
you want to do with them? And I said, well, send them to me. Let me listen to them and let's see if there's anything worth salvaging. And some neat stuff in there that we're going to mix
Hey, you know
down.
what? That's how a lot of hits is born too. You know, you write a lot of songs, put them aside and stuff, and then there's a certain time that it's just perfect to bring them back
Yep.
or to release something new. And I think that's what you're going to do. Is there any, you're doing writing songs and things. Some artists have done it. A lot of people say, but do you write anything about the COVID?
No.
You're not going to throw a blues song in or anything about COVID going on? Like, that's what they do, too. They laugh.
Maybe
They're
the,
like, what?
maybe the Wong Tong Blues or something.
That's all right. Well, we have some audio to play, but you know me. I love it live.
Sure.
If you want to give me a little something right now.
Ready?
And for anyone who has any questions, comments for Mr. Leo Hall here in studio, you're more than welcome to comment on the webpage, queensylviacomedy.com, or go to Facebook Live, where we are currently going live. Leo Hall right here on the Queen Silvy Show.
Song's entitled King of the Blues. It's a song about Robert Johnson, Hank Williams, and the late great Stevie Ray Vaughan. You see, the blues born down in Mississippi. Grew up in Chicago too. It's alive down on Beale Street, Memphis, anywhere you play the blues. It grew up in country, grew up in rock and roll. When you're feeling down, blues is deep in your soul. Blues rides a freight train, overloaded, running late. 'Cause it died in that poison whiskey bottle, Mississippi, back in 38. He was the king of the blues, and that night old Robert Johnson paid all his dues. You see, the blues lives in a tar paper shack, and in a mansion too. It grew up on both sides of the track, and it lives in me and you. Blues rides a riverboat, lives in a brothel shack. You see, the blues is always leaving and always looking back. We were all trying to be free, 'cause it died in the back seat of that Cadillac up in West Virginia back in 53. He was the king of the blues, and that night old Hank Williams paid all his dues. You know, the blues lives in a man when he's down and sad. Oh Lord, and then a woman did not know what she had. In the middle of the night, picking one to choose out of necessity when you got everything to lose. The blues lives down in Texas where that sun is so shiny, 'cause it died in that helicopter going down in Wisconsin 1990. He was a king of the blues, and that night old Stevie Ray paid all his dues. He was a king of the blues, and that night old Stevie Ray paid all his dues.
Yes, yes. Leo Hall in the house honoring Queen Silvy and Smooth Tim on the Queen Silvy Show with a performance. He's never
Covered a
charged.
whole lot of blues
Well, you know
artists in
what's
that
so
song.
special, Tim? He's never charged us a couple $100s for the tickets
You
to
know,
these
that's what I'm
concerts he's doing, which is great.
Got a couple of guest questions, Queen.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Leo,
Yes.
are there any unusual or special guitars in your collection?
They're all special, and most of them are unusual.
What is that
guess-
right there that you have?
This is an Ibanez semi-hollow body acoustic. It's a nice little electric guitar. It's great for playing boogie blues. It's got a great tone to it. But I guess my favorite guitar is a 62 Strat that I have. And I bought it when I was a weird child.
I was going to say, because you sure couldn't afford to buy that anymore.
That's
Back in those days, that 1962, that guitar cost $289.
Oh,
And in
man.
1962, $289
was a lot of money then.
Yes, it was.
And
Well,
so
today
now,
it's worth 10 times that.
yeah. Hold on, I have to put my little fan on
And,
there.
you know, I've got a lot of guitars. My favorite guitar that I perform with is a Fender Telecaster. And,
Look at you.
It's a old black.
You got a good little connect. You didn't even say it's a Kmart special.
No,
you
I
didn't
like
say
it.
it. Well,
He plays
he
the
got some
Telecaster
real
a lot. I
serious.
like the sound of that Telecaster.
Yeah. You know you're good when you
And
have.
then I've got a Strat that I built. Took several guitars and built it, and I like the sound of it too.
That's all right.
Yeah.
So you do other instruments, like
Certainly.
what?
I play keyboard.
All right. You old multi-talented guy. You know throughout your career, Leo. Now aside from me, okay, let's put me aside.
Yes.
Who would you say that you crossed paths with that was impactful? You notice I put me first. I just have to do that.
That's hard to say because, I mean, there's so many people that you meet that just have at the moment in time, they have a lasting impression on you, and you don't forget them.
All positive, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't. Negative things don't stay with me, but about a minute.
How
Right.
about a memorable jam session, Leo? Somebody you sat down with it. Boy, you know, that was cool, and I wish I could do that again.
Good Time Charlie. About a year ago, at our annual benefit, Charlie's from California. A lot of folks out there know him. He's an actor, great guitarist, great blues singer, a heck of a performer, and a party boy.
He said party.
Good Time Charlie showed up after all the bands had played their deal at our annual benefit. That all played their show, and we had an open all-star jam. Charlie showed up and got him up on stage, and for an hour and a half we jammed.
Wow.
And that was awesome. And Charlie, first part of this year, lost his life in a motorcycle accident out in California.
Sorry to
And
hear that.
I think it's awesome that I had the opportunity to
Absolutely.
sit down and play with him because he's a great player and a great guy.
Absolutely.
guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I also have one more question.
Yes.
And I see
Oh,
you,
bring it.
and we've known you for what, 6, 7 years now?
Yeah, we've
probably?
been here 6 years.
And that
now.
signature hat, where did that come from?
Just what?
Your
Your
hat.
signature hat.
Yeah, I like that
everybody-
too.
You have to find these. These things don't come easy. I'll tell you. I've got hats that go back to the mid '80s, and you just find them wherever you find them. And I never find them in the same place.
Right?
This one I've had most likely been since about 1995.
Looking good, Leo.
Yeah, this one is
One of
wearing
your
well.
classics.
I like it. Yeah, I like it a lot. Thank you all for your questions. You're more than welcome to continue flowing any questions that you may have for Mr. Leo Hall here. Smooth Tim is also in studio. The number lines are open at this time, 214-431-5032. Fishbowl Radio Network. Spread the word, FBRN.US, where we are live worldwide, as well as right now currently going live on Facebook under Sylvie Starks. You know, Leo, the COVID has affected billions in the concert and the festival industry. Every artist you can name and every person in this world has been affected by this
Yes.
dramatically. How has it hit your home though? Has it hurt you like financially? You can't get gigs. Some artists depend solely on those gigs to make it out here.
Yeah, we're very diversified, so it really hasn't affected me personally. But my band members, because of the canceled shows, it sure enough affects them, and we try to pick up as many shows as we can pick up, and yet be as safe as we can be in doing that.
Absolutely.
There's a risk every morning when you get up and go get in your car and go to work. There's a risk you're going to get run over by a maniac in an 18-wheeler or something. But that's a risk you take every day, and I think you have to weigh those risks. And if the venue is correct and the proper steps are being taken, then we're going to play.
Do you now have sometimes when an artist come in and do a performance, you have a list of things like, yes, I want this type of water, I want these jujubes and such, but now that COVID is here, do you have a rule of that I will not perform unless type of thing?
Yeah, unless I will not perform unless they turn on the PA.
Okay.
That makes a lot of sense.
Right.
I can relate to that request.
Can you really?
Let me tell you.
Right?
Let me tell you, we have there are lots of prima donnas in the business that demand this and this and this. And really, if you're playing an outside venue, all you need is maybe a little Gatorade and some water, and
A sweat rag.
a couple of bottles of whiskey. No,
Right on, though.
no, just we like, and most venues provide that. You don't have to demand that. That's
Your celebrity status,
Yeah.
you can demand get what you want.
yeah. I find it interesting that these guys that demand this and this and this, and they sometimes act relatively immature, and it catches up with them down the road real quick. So if you're doing that, have fun while you're doing it. 'cause
Right.
It ain't going to last.
Right? You find yourself. Did you have?
Now, how has this helped our lockdown, or whatever we want to call this particular situation we're in with the pandemic? How has it helped spark your creativity, Leo?
Well, I've lost about 10 pounds. I'm eating correctly, not eating out, not grabbing a hamburger here and getting behind the wheel and hitting the road.
Right.
You know, you get up in the morning, you eat correctly for lunch, you exercise, and you go through that routine every day.
Right. It's mind over matter, too.
Yeah, how about your
you know?
creativity? Has it sparked any new ideas or something that's come just brand new? Then wow, hey,
Yeah, I want to get back on the road.
Right.
I want to get back to
No
playing
way.
gigs.
Right.
that has nothing to do with your beautiful wife at home. Let's be real.
No,
That's because he
no.
enjoys music.
Yes, he
I
does.
do enjoy music. That is true.
So listen, there are a lot of artists that may not be aware, but there are some out there, established artists, who are doing things to try to help the artist that's not in band. And I'm going to tell you one and I'm also going to post it today on my page. But And I hope I'm saying his name right, Tim. You know who I'm going to say? Joe Bonamassa.
Bonamassa.
Joe Bonamassa. Okay,
Bonamassa,
Joe
Bonamassa,
Bonamassa and
whatever, yeah.
Joe Bonamassa and Keeping the Blues Alive. Have you heard of that?
Yep.
Okay, where they're doing fueling musicians relief program, and it's emergency relief program for musicians that's affected by COVID-19, and they're giving like up to a minimum of $1,000 to help anybody who's been affected, their families, to pay their bills, their lights. Plus, they're giving gas cards so that when you get a gig, you can get to your gig. And I think that's a cool thing that they're doing.
That's a great thing to be doing.
It is.
Certainly
you
is.
can go to K.
If you'll post that.
Oh yes, I'm most definitely going to. It's very helpful. Now, if you would like to donate, or if you are a musician who needs some assistance, you can go to ktba.org, or you can text GIVE to 954-869-9242. And I will post that out again because it's important. Get those resources, get the help, because so many people can fall into depression if they don't have that mindset. It comes with your mind too. I go with faith over fear, but I'm also, it's a mindset thing too, to not slip and get yourself into a rut of just being. Some people can't stand being at home. I like being at home.
Well, I'll tell you, what you have to do is just make the best out of wherever you are. I mean,
yeah.
You know, if you.
So what would you say to a musician? I mean, there's some out here going, yeah, Leo, you know, and they don't have the resources or the connect you have. They still have the passion, you know, to perform and to create. But now its doors has been shut in so many areas. What are we to do?
I will say this. You may not be able to play music for a while. And if that be the case, you need to find something that you can do to make money.
Absolutely. Legally.
And legally, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you may have to just buckle it up and suck it up, because many of us have had to do that over our careers.
Mm-hmm.
And we've all had times when we didn't know where the next meal was coming from, and you just have to suck it up.
Yes, you do.
And
I mean, it's a challenge, no less.
Now, there are great programs out there for folks who need assistance. I know in Irving, Texas, where I live, we have numerous programs for people who need assistance monetarily and food-wise.
Great community.
I mean, we have incredible community, and every community has those. So I would advise folks that are in a situation and they need help, that's the first place to go. Go to your city and find out what programs are there and what programs are available, and get in touch with those.
Absolutely.
Because they have a lot of programs available.
Some people are like this, you know, you need to get off of that pride bucket right now. You know, they got that pride and they're like, oh, I can't and I never.
I've met some. That, but Silvy can.
Yes. Well, there are some that just, you know, can't do that. They don't feel like, you know, they never have, and they don't want to go to ask for help or to do. And I'm telling you, if the help is available out there,
ain't too proud to beg.
That's right. You need to do that.
Well, and you don't
have a good song too.
Yeah, you don't have to beg, but you have.
Nobody's gonna know if you don't say something.
You have to be aggressive. You have to go out and search. And as I said, pick up the phone and call your city. Say, tell me what programs you have here in this city, and how to contact the people that are in charge of those programs. And there are charities out the bazoo that will help you if they know who you are. And if you sit at home on your couch and watch TV 24/7, they don't know who you are, and they're not going to come knock on your door.
You got to put in that effort.
I'm going to give you an analogy. If you don't get out and hustle, you ain't going to get no gigs. I've had very few gigs where I've had people call me at 11 o'clock at night and say, Leo, you want to play a gig tomorrow? You know, you've got to get out and get.
Let me interrupt you a minute on that particular conversation. Sure. So you're still making cold calls?
Absolutely.
I would too.
Okay, so you've
How
been in
else
the
are you
business
gonna
this
know
many
who's
years,
doing
and this
something?
gentleman still makes cold calls, getting himself gigs.
Hey,
Absolutely. If I hear of a good venue
that's still
or
open
see
until
a great show at a great venue, I'm going to be in contact with them the next day.
that's right. Are you now with the COVID going on? Is your preference more towards outdoor events or indoor, or it really doesn't freaking matter right now?
You know, it really doesn't matter. It just depends on, for me, it depends on what the venue is doing in conjunction with keeping folks somewhat safe. You know, I as I said, I try not to get into situations of which I don't have a great deal of knowledge, but I think the rules are out there, and we need to try to live within those rules as best we can, where we agree with them or not. Let's get through this thing and get back to work.
Absolutely. I agree with you, too. And I'm honored to have you here to work for the Queen Silvy. That's right. He's working for Queen Silvy. And I'm ready for another performance if you are.
Do it.
Ding, 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 ding. No, that's not me. You don't want me to do it, boo-boo. But listen, we're going to enjoy another live performance from Mr. Leo Hall. Pass the word around right now on the Queen Silvy Show. That's funny.
This song is, you know, you write songs and they sometimes touch people that you don't realize it. And the first time I performed this song, there was a gentleman that came up out of the crowd and came up to the stage and said, quote, "You have saved my life with this song, because that song's about me and I'm changing my life.
All right.
Because I don't want my kids to grow up without a father."
Love it.
And Jimmy left Oklahoma under a lot of stress. That boy been doing a little cocaine, cooking a batch of meth. But when he crossed that old Red River, much to his surprise, the DEA was waiting on him. Now he's doing 10 to 25. Moral of the story: risk versus reward. You jump out of the plane of life, you damn well better pull the cord. You can make big money if you wanna take that chance, but you gonna pay the fiddler when you dance. When you dance. My friend Bob was an airline pilot. He flew down to Mexico. He picked up a couple of bales of weed and a kilo or two to go. Fly and roll across that old Rio Grande, much to his surprise. The DEA was his wingman. Now he's doing 10 to 25. You know the moral of the story: risk versus reward. If you jump out of the plane of life, you damn well better pull the cord. You can make big money if you wanna take that chance, but you gonna pay the fiddler if you dance. If you dance. You know, old John was a long haul driver. He drove coast to coast. John said El Paso was a city that he dug the most. He said you can catch a load coming or go and make Phoenix or Houston town. You gonna have a big old payday when that bale hits the ground. But again, you know the moral of that story. Risk versus reward. If you jump out of the plane of life, you damn well better pull the cord. You can make big money if you wanna take that chance, but you gonna pay the fiddler when you dance. Oh, honey, when you dance, you gonna pay the fiddler when you dance. A lot of when you dance.
Yes. Woo! Leo, how are you doing it? You do this like it's nothing, like, oh, this is a piece of cake, girl. This is like, you've never found anything challenging, something that you want to do that you have to learn or figure out how to do?
Yeah.
What?
Work Zoom.
Zoom, yeah, well, join in.
This
Join
new
in.
social media
Yeah,
stuff.
you know, social media, it is a great way to
Oh, it is,
connect
yeah.
with fans as well as create new ones. How do you work social media anyways?
I work social media strictly for the promotion of shows. I don't do it for anything personally other than just the promotion of shows. But Zoom, I'm getting on that bandwagon.
Yeah,
There's-
well, we do the Zoom.
there's
There's a
lots.
lot of the different streams. That's what everybody's doing now.
Yeah.
Should we look for a concert maybe
Yeah.
of the Texas Blues
Pretty-
Machines online? You know what I mean?
Pretty soon coming up.
Yeah, because I mean that's
will
what they're doing. Now, I've seen people that normally would $200 tickets are now online doing shows.
Yeah, I don't want to do one unless it's done correctly.
Right.
I see a lot of a lot of stuff on there that is it needs some help.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't want to do one unless it's done right.
Well, you know,
and that's what we're doing
the
now.
videographer,
I understand that.
the videographer, the sound system, everything has to work so that, I mean, they're really getting the true Leo Hall or whoever the performer might be.
Right.
Yes, I understand that 100.
Absolutely, I do
'Cause
too.
As you said, I've seen some that it didn't take me but 3 seconds to get past that video. I've seen some other artists that's like, wow, that's captivating, and what a fantastic job they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's you know, it's time consuming, and you have to have people that know what they're doing, and that's an area that I'm not an
I
expert
agree.
in by any means, but I know people who are.
Doing it right and doing it good. Yeah, I agree with you. I've seen someone that, bless your heart because you're trying. You put in your effort in and you're doing it. But there's a right and a wrong way to do it. And if you're particular, know what you want, how you want it, that's how it should be. In that way right there. Smooth, do you have the hustle?
I do have the hustle, but I have one other quick
Yes.
question, and I've seen some other artists suffer through this entire situation, and that would be they've got a EP, CD, LP, whatever you want to call it. They're putting all that stuff out nowadays.
Yep.
And they've got it ready. They're ready to market it. And how do you do that? And are you facing that situation also, Leo?
Yeah, electronic press kits, big key. I've got 2 of those out that pretty well tell my story. And one is background is bootlegging the blues, and the other one, the background for it is Road Hard. And we produced that last year. And they're awesome because when especially if you're cold calling on a club and you're not familiar or they're not familiar with your music, you can, if you've got a good electronic press kit, you can sit right there and pull it up on your phone and say, look, this is my band and this is what we do. And you know, I mean, that's how you book gigs. Without that, without electronic press kits today, it's a rough hoe. And I mean that as hoeing in the ground.
So now I have here with
Tim,
me,
only you.
right? Get camera, Tim. I have with
It's on
me
you, hon.
4 of the CDs.
Yes,
now,
ma'am.
how many do you actually have out? I have 4.
You're missing one. There's a live performance, video performance.
It could be in our CD player
Yeah.
at this moment.
There's
if
5
I
total.
have it,
and
yeah. So the hustle, which one of these is the hustle on? See how I'm testing you out, Leo? I'm gonna find out which one.
That's off
most
the latest,
likely,
isn't it?
most likely,
Yes, it's on
That's
Bootleg in the
off
Bootleg
Blues.
in the Blues. Yeah.
Yes.
It's either that or in the pocket. I couldn't remember.
So we're gonna check out the hustle. Anything you want to say about it?
No, it's just a song about a hustler
There
and the hustle of life.
There it is.
Okay.
And we all doing that right now.
That's right.
We are all hustling here to survive in our life. I'm going to present to you The Hustle by Leo Hall off of the Bootleg in the Blues CD. We have plenty of CDs here. We're going to come back and tell you how you can get yourself a copy as well. This is the time right now. Bootleg in the Blues, The Hustle, right here on the Queen Silvy Show.
Jimmy was a hustler, he'll hustle you for a dime. Jimmy was a hustler, hustle you for a dime. He brought a gun to a knife fight, now that boy's doing time. Jody went to Hollywood, she gonna be a star. Jody went to Hollywood, she gon' be a star. Now she makes her rent money, working the back seat of a car. Well, you know life is short. Well, Lord, and time's too fast. You know life is short. Time's too fast. You better live it every day, 'cause it ain't gonna last. You see, now John Lee was a blues man up in old Chi-Town. John Lee was a blues man up in old Chi-Town. I gave him $20 once down on Maxwell when his luck was down. Well, now Jimmy was a hustler, hustled you for a dime. Jimmy was a hustler, he'll hustle you for a dime. He took a gun to a knife fight, now that boy's doing time. Well, you know I gave him $20 once when his luck was down. You better live it every day, 'cause it ain't gonna last.
Yes. My goodness. Leo, you are blessed. And then don't ever stop spreading the blues rock, pop, all that you do, please don't. We need to continue to keep this on. And I think the challenge now is for our youth, for these young kids and getting them, because I've seen some kids that really need to make good use of their time, and they're not.
Yep.
And they certainly should be right now. And I think the books, the Bible, music, and comedy is a good old combination to keep you.
That's a good combination to keep you
Yes.
on your toes.
Yes, indeed, I do.
And you will not be depressed if you take those in that order.
Absolutely. This, like you said, is a great time to create. I've done a lot of writing. A lot of writing, waiting for the stage, but you're not going to see me get on stage right now. I'm leery. I'm still leery. As you can see, I got a bag full of every color mic you can name.
Isn't
and
it crazy?
Yeah.
I wrote, 3 short stories, and it's just amazing that what you can do with your time if you occupy it correctly.
That's right. It's very important right now. And when you have nothing to do, you see right there, go and get yourself some music from Leo Hall. How can they, where can they go to obtain and purchase their own music?
You can get CD Baby. All of my music is on CD Baby. That's the easiest place to go. Or you can go to my website, thetexasbluesmachine.com, and order them directly from the website.
Mm-hmm.
And they're on every digital media there is.
You're Googleable, Leo. You are such a famous person. Just simply Google
Google
Leo Hall, and you're gonna find it. You're gonna definitely get.
You'll get about 15 pages, and you'll know more than you ever want.
That's right. That's right. You'll learn that he really is a good, cool guy. He really is. You know, we used to do sound creation. You remember that?
Uh-huh.
So why don't me and Smooth try? I'm not gonna sing, Smooth, but whatever you play, we're gonna try and give some kind of snapping or something to it.
Good little
Might strike a new song. We never know. Yeah, come on, Tim.
How.
Yeah.
Timmy. Talk to me, Sylvia, baby.
Yeah.
Ooh,
The Queen Silvy Show. Leo Hall
Looky
on
here
the Queen
now.
Silvy Show. I can't compete. Yeah, that's what's up. Leo on the Queen Silvy Show. Leo, I thank you so much for being here. Tell everybody how you can be followed on social media, as well as contacted for booking.
Facebook, YouTube. That's the best way to follow us, or on my website. We post all of our shows on our website, so that's the best place to check us.
New music will be coming, this year, next year? Are we popping singles first, maybe?
Most likely, I'll pop out a couple of singles. That'll be the easiest way to release stuff out. I want to get some stuff back in the run again.
What about upcoming performances? You got anything already hooked up?
August the 8th in Wills Point, Texas, down in Deep East, Texas. Ramsey's Roadhouse, 8 to midnight. Outdoor venue, great restaurant club, and outdoor stage and outdoor seating.
You know, it's only with you that I hear different little cities in Texas. I'm like, what? I never heard of that one either. You get around and get in them places.
There was a point in time that I could count most likely the cities that I had not been physically driven through in the great state of Texas on 2 hands.
There's even a BF, Texas.
That's
Right.
right.
I'm telling you.
And there's even a No Trees, Texas. And there is very few people who know where that is. And I've been through
Right,
there.
I have never heard of
For
that.
real? Is it called No Trees, or
Yes,
is that
sir.
just a nickname?
Yes,
No
sir.
Trees,
No
Texas?
Trees, Texas.
How big is that? That's got to be...
Population of about 12.
Oh, well, there you go.
That's why I've
Kind
never...
of like heading up towards the Panhandle.
No, this is out way west Texas.
I'm
West
way... Texas is a big state, I find. You can drive for 4 or 5 hours and still be in Texas.
It's out west of Midland, Odessa.
Okay.
So that's August the 8th.
August 8th,
Say the name of the city again.
Wills Point, Texas.
So all of this is on Facebook, too,
Yeah.
that you promote for all of this.
Wills Point, Texas, Ramsey's Roadhouse. That is, if the governor doesn't shut everything down again.
Right, they're trying.
And we'll see how that all shakes out. But right now we're a go, so hope to see you guys out and about.
That's what's up. And is this a free event, tickets event?
Yeah.
Yep, what?
It's a free ticket event unless you want to donate $100,000.
Oh, well, then this is the time to get out.
If you want to donate $100,000, we will accept it.
Well, let's see if Tim's the billionaire. Have you seen the little movie clip that he did?
I saw that.
A billionaire giving this guy $10 million check. I'm like, what?
Got them royalty checks coming in, too.
What?
You know, they never showed part 2 when he tried to cash it.
But stay tuned because Smooth and myself is about to shoot a movie in August.
Awesome.
A full-length movie that they're going to do and shoot here in Texas. So we're going to get in the cameras again on another movie bigger than the documentary. Those are little documentaries, but we're talking a whole movie thing. But, Leo, you don't know how I appreciate you taking the time and coming down here on the Queen Silvy Show once again. Always welcome here on the Queen Silvy Show.
Well, it's always a pleasure to be here, and we love you guys. Keep on rocking.
Absolutely. Well, let's get a message for everyone, and when we come back, we have from England, over in the United Kingdom, Christopher G., who he does well over 100 different voices and characters. He's also doing a one-man show that I'm not sure if he's still doing it right now. We'll find out when we come back after these messages for you right here on the Queen Silvy Show.
It's your girl, LaPree.
And this is Dre Day, all day, every day. And this is the Pick a Struggle Show. Every Sunday at 5 p.m. from the Fishbowl Network at the Global Life Park in Arlington, we'll pick a struggle from my life, LaPree's life, celebrity's life, or even your mama's life, and talk about them and try to change struggles into standards. So tune in every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m.
Jump in.
The wait is over. Now you can get your own awesome Fishbowl shirts, sweaters, and accessories through the Fishbowl Radio Network website. Log on to fbrn.us, click the easy-to-find swag link at the top of the page, and start rocking the latest FBRN swag. The Fishbowl Swag Store carries pens, backpacks, wallets, phone cases, and so much more. Jump in now at fbrn.us, click the swag link, and join the Fishbowl family.
The census is a special time when we count every single person in the country.
Do kids and babies count too?
Of course. Counting everyone in your home helps support your neighborhood by funding schools, hospitals, and more. So complete the census by calling, going online, or returning your form by mail. It's totally private.
Visit 2020census.gov and
make your family count.
Brought to you by Carnegie Corporation of New York and the Ad Council.
Fishbowl Radio Network.